Hey guys, so today we're checking out the Barricade Enhanced Ruby Rails fitting all 2020 and newer Gladiator JTs. So if you are a fan of the factory Ruby Rail, but you're looking for a little bit more, you're looking for that protection on the rocker area, but also for a better look, this option is going to be a great choice to take a look into. Now this choice by Barricade is going to tuck high and tight to that rocker area, just like the factory Ruby Rail, giving you all of that protection that you would want on that very vulnerable pinch weld area. Now this is also going to have underbody protection as well, perfect for you guys that are taking your truck out off-road and you're looking for some very close rocker protection for that breakover angle. Now what I do really like about these is not only the standard construction of the actual Ruby Rail, but this is also going to have a tubular construction on the outside as well. It's going to come out a little bit farther considering that it is the enhanced Ruby Rail. Now that is going to give you some outward protection. It's going to act as a rock slider, so if you ever get hung up on an obstacle, this is going to slide right off of it, making sure that the outer body of your truck is protected. And this is also just going to help in day-to-day situations. Take your truck to the store. This is going to prevent a door ding in the parking lot. Now these are going to be made of a heavy-duty steel construction, making sure that they're strong and able to hold up, and they're going to have a nice texture black powder coat finish on top. Protect that steel underneath, of course, but also to give it a more off-road look and match with any other texture black accessories that you may already have on the truck itself. So as far as pricing is concerned, this is going to come in at roughly $350 for the set, and I personally think that's set at a great price point for what you're getting out of the kit. Now in comparing this to other options available on the page, this is going to give you a little bit more than the standard Ruby Rail, which I personally think it's well worth the money for the tubed outer edge here, giving you that just extra step of protection. Now these are going to be mainly focused on protection. A lot of other options on the page are going to kind of balance the protection and accessibility with an added step. What I do like about this is that you can use this as a step if you need to, so that accessibility is there. However, this is mainly focused on that protection, which is going to make it a little bit more expensive than some of the other choices that will have accessibility in the mix. Now, when it comes to the more expensive options that you may be taking a look at on the page, those are usually just going to have an extra, some bells and whistles. They may have a removable step on the side rail itself, or other options are going to require modification and come a little bit higher up on the body. Now, in my personal opinion, again, I think if you're a fan of the factory Ruby Rail, not only with the look and the function, but you're just looking to take it a little bit further as far as the protection goes, then this is going to be a great choice for you. Now, when it comes to install, I'm going to give this a very easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It's going to take you no time at all to get these installed on your truck with some very basic hand tools. So speaking of the install, let's jump into that now. The tools that I used for my install were an impact wrench, a 3-inch extension, a 16, 13, and 10 millimeter socket, and a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. So our first step is just to make sure that we have the correct side, and then what we can do is hang it on the pinch weld and secure it down in the middle with the provided nylon lock nuts and the flat washers. Now securing it in the middle is going to allow us to get underneath and secure the rest of the pinch weld brackets as well as the body brackets. So once it's supported, we can align it with our pinch weld. So once this is aligned and through the pinch weld, what we can do is just support it with our knee here and take the provided hardware and we can secure it down. So flat washer and lock nut. Now you can also grab an extra set of hands for this, but if you're by yourself, this is the easiest way. All right. So before getting underneath, I would recommend to tighten down those 2 center studs, just enough to where this is secure to the Jeep and it's not going to fall on you when it's underneath. Then we can do the same thing for the rear. I'm going to start by attaching the pinch weld studs, and then we can attach our bracket and do the same thing for the other tube. So I'm going to take a 10 millimeter socket and just snug these up before putting the bracket on. I wouldn't recommend to completely tighten them down, but again, just snugging them up for a little bit of security when you're working underneath the Jeep. This is going to be the bracket for the rear. The other 2 are going to be a little bit longer. Now we're going to make sure that the elongated bolt hole is going to match up with the welded nut on the body,
and then the smaller one is gonna be on the Ruby Rail. So I'm gonna take the 13 millimeter longer bolt with the lock washer and flat washer and thread that into the body. Then we can take the 16 millimeter shorter but bigger bolt and put that into the bottom of the Ruby Rail. And we can tighten this up by hand. And after this is all tightened up by hand, we can move on to the middle and the front bracket and repeat that process. So we're in the center, so we already attached those pinch weld bolts. So what I'm gonna do is just start with this bracket. Same process, longer bolt at the top, shorter bolt at the bottom. Now this is gonna be the longer bracket between the 6, and same goes for the front bracket. So what we can do at this point is start to tighten everything up. Now I have the Ruby Rail supported with my knee here. Again, that's probably gonna be your best option when it comes to doing this by yourself. Now this is just raising it up into place and in the position that you want it in. I'm gonna start by tightening up the body bolt on our main bracket here first, using a 13 millimeter socket, and I'm also using an extension to give myself some room. Next, we can tighten down the lower bolt using a 16 millimeter socket. And then last but not least, we can tighten down the pinch weld using a 10 millimeter socket. Then we can repeat that for the center and the rear bracket. After everything is tightened up, we can repeat that same process on the other side, and then you'll be all set to go.
So that's gonna wrap it up for my review and install. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos and products just like this, and always keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.